as a local guy, does it mean anything to you to be the quarterback that ushers USC into the Big Ten, or is that not really something you're thinking about?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like you said, I don't think that's, at the forefront of my mind. I mean, obviously we're just, dialed in the preparation what we need to do week to week. So, I mean, maybe if you take a step back, it's kind of cool, but that's not really what we're focused on right now.
How much of what stands out first about this Michigan defense?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have some key returners at really important spots on defense. Really, really good defense last year and this year. Really sound football team. Obviously some veteran pieces that have played a lot of football. So just a really, really good unit and, a task that we're excited for.
Dan Miller, about how much the noise in the LSU game was really a factor, getting the calls down and everything. What things have you taken from that and adjusted or tried to apply before going to this one?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we did a good job operating the LSU game for the most part. Obviously, when we were backed up on that one series where we botched the reverse, it got pretty loud. But I think for the most part, we did a good job operating. I think we just want to carry the things we did well over.
Miller, Wink Martindale, he's the new DC for Michigan, and he just spent the previous seasons with the New York Giants. Is that something that, as a quarterback room and even just the team, you're going back in that NFL film, or are you just watching from what Michigan has done so far this year?
No, I mean, I think the NFL is like a completely different league, the hatches are different, so the field is literally different, so you defend people differently. So I think we're just focused on, Michigan and what they do and the players that they have.
How much of a test is this, defensive line for kind of a young front? And has there been more of an emphasis this week for you on just kind of communication, with them? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you go on the road, like, there's going to be an emphasis on communication and operation of the offense. I think that just comes with it, especially when you're going into, a hostile environment. Obviously, they've got a really good, group up there, a lot of veterans, like I said, that have played a lot of ball, but I think it's a challenge that those guys welcome, and I'm excited to see them, take that on.
You consider Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Presence. How far along, how deep into the process did you go with that?
I mean, I visited my sophomore year, and I loved it. They obviously had some changes on their offensive staff during my time in high school during my recruitment, but I loved my visit there. They obviously do a great job there.
You talked about how close you and Lake are. Was there a moment early on that really kind of put that relationship in place and you realized you have a lot of things in common and some of that interest?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously early enrolled together, and I think just from then we've become friends. Spent hours upon hours together driving down Orange County and throwing together, eating together. So, yeah, I mean, we just spent a ton of time together, and obviously really close friends. And, yeah.
Dan worked for Wink Martindale. Is there any overlap from what you practiced against versus what you've seen on film from Michigan?
No, I mean, I think, there's a lot of coaches that come from, the same tree. Obviously, it's like saying Coach Riley comes from the Leach tree. Like, is every Leach offense the same? Like, obviously, like, it's football, so there's some crossover, but, two completely different teams with completely different personnel.
Coaches mentioned that the defensive line is going to be, a big emphasis on, for Michigan. How confident are you in your offensive line being able to establish the momentum early and be able to take care and keep you safe in the pocket? Yeah,
like you said, they're a really good group. Really experienced and played a lot of ball, played a lot of big games, and I think that counts. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see how our group handles that. I think we've done everything to prepare, so now it's just about going out there and executing.
Building on that, obviously the theme of the offseason was physicality, adding strength to physicality. But do you recall how that tone was set at the beginning of the offseason? Was there a speech from Lincoln? Was Benny saying anything, or how'd you all establish what you were going to build?
Yeah, I mean, it was a multitude of things. Obviously, there was a concerted effort to get bigger and stronger. I don't think that was really a secret, and I think just continually challenging our guys, continuing to challenge our guys just on physicality and playing with an attitude, and I think we've done a good job of doing that, and we'll see how good of a job.
A couple of drops in the red zone, a couple weeks ago. Just as a quarterback working with this kind of younger receiver room, what's your approach to kind of working with those guys on that? Is that something you just shake off? Is that something you talk to them about? Just what has been your approach?
Yeah, I mean, look, like it goes both ways, right? Like they're gonna make some catches that probably shouldn't be caught and that were bad throws, and we just got to make it easier on one another, and I have every faith in those guys that they're going to do that. Obviously, they're really talented, and I have no doubt that they'll make those back.
Will Johnson's one of the top corners in college football. What have you seen on tape just from him, and how do you, as a quarterback, how do you account for a corner like that who could any week shut down a opposing receiver?
Yeah, obviously, like you said, a really, really good player. He's played in a lot of big games, has made a lot of big plays in a lot of big games. So a phenomenal player, physical corner, obviously has really good knowledge of what they're trying to do defensively. So someone that you always have to be aware of.
Zachariah did a lot lot of speed training and in the spring just with track. Was there anything did you see him kind of come back even faster in the fall, and what have you seen with his development with that?
Yeah, but Zach's an extremely hard worker. Obviously there was an effort in running track to get a lot faster. I don't know how much faster he can really get before he's running the Olympics or whatever. But no, I mean he's a phenomenal kid that works really hard and just continuing to improve in all facets of his game.